mute Vinny real quick just to see if that's where I'm getting
part of the show that I like because I start the show and he doesn't know when.
Oh, you rat bastard.
What's up, everybody? Are you ready? Are you okay?
Trying to unmute Vinny. That's what I'm trying to do.
He probably muted it himself.
No, I muted him just to see if that was where the noise was coming from.
Why did you do that?
Because I wanted to see if that's where the noise was coming from. Can you unmute him?
No, he did it, dude.
Okay, fine. All right. Well, let's do our thing.
Hey, now. Dang it. There we go. What's up, everybody? This is Spike.
And this is Drew. Run it again.
What's up, everybody? This is Spike.
This is Drew.
Saddle up onto the bar. It's 2018. Let's see if we can Matt Lauer up in here.
Jesus Christ.
It's Tuesday night.
All right, it's time to go to school, huh?
These two guys are like me, except I knocked out a guy in one punch. You're listening to 805 Live with Spike and Drew.
What?
I forgot about that one. I like that one.
Uh-huh.
We haven't played that one in a while.
No kidding. What's going on, brother? I'm surprised I can see your eyeballs.
2018. I tell you what, getting right into it, man, I had a steady buzz going pretty much all through New Year's Eve. I started the day with having a little mimosa, but I'm like, it's a little too sweet, so I add a little bit of vodka to go with it.
Oh, nice.
So I had a little steady buzz most of the day. What's up, everybody? 2018. Holy moly. Got a jam-packed show for you.
All manner of show. Let's kick a toast off here.
Open the bar, but we have guests joining us.
We don't have guests joining us. It's family night.
Right, it's family night. If you're listening on the podcast, you can't see. If you're watching live, I will introduce to you now. Number one producer, sound producer, Big Vinny's joining us.
Vinny, you got to unmute yourself, dude, because I muted you and I can't unmute you.
Vinny, unmute your mic.
On the Hangout, dude.
Are you sure you can't do it, Drew?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because I see he's muted, but then I unmute him. There's no unmute.
Gotcha. Vinny, you might have to go out and come back in because Drew messed you up.
Yes, I did. Not the first time I've done that.
And secondly, and not definitely lastly or inferior by any means, because she helps us with trying to keep us on track, trying to get us good content. Lisa from Omaha is also joining us.
Hi, Lisa.
Cheers.
Cheers. Vinny is...
There he is. You got it.
There
you got it.
Hello?
You're live, Vinny.
There you go.
Hello?
There you are.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, Vinny.
Hey, introduce Lisa.
I did.
Oh, hey, what's up, everybody?
What are you, multitasking?
I am.
Well, I was gonna toast a different toast, but then I thought, hey, it's the first time the whole crew's been on, so let's toast to the crew.
Toast to the crew. 2018.
To the crew.
We're going on year 3 there, brother.
Yeah. Crazy, huh?
Where does that time go, man?
Crazy.
Quick on the draw. Doesn't even let me get out sentimental bullshit.
You can, well, if the editor was here, we could tell him we got to beep you right there.
Right.
Beep.
So what'd you do for New Year's Eve there, Drew?
What I did, well, it's amateur night, you know, so I kind of lay low.
We have spent a night or two in the bar,
if
I can recall, on New Year's Eve.
Crazy times. At least if you're bartending, you've got 4 feet of space to stand in, whereas if you're in the crowd, you got like a half a foot of space to stand.
Well, when it came time for when we were running the joint and being barbacks and bouncers and all that other stuff, it got a little crazy. I mean, I think you can second it only to like riverboat days in Yankton.
Yep, yeah, that's probably true. I remember my favorite part about it was whenever I DJ for New Year's Eve, the boss would say, just pick a time and do a countdown. You're never going to get it 100% right.
When did you DJ?
Well, it was when you had already made your big move.
Gotcha.
Right.
Lisa from Omaha, what did you do New Year's Eve?
I was asleep by 10.
No way.
Way.
No Ryan Seacrest, no Anderson Cooper.
No, that damn Steve Harvey was on one channel. I was no. And do Steve Harvey shows. Went to bed by 10 because I'm old. 10. The kids were out.
And Vinny, what about you?
We barbecued and got intoxicated.
What are we seeing in your shot there? What is that a bottle of?
Oh, so what we have here is mezcal from Oaxaca.
Oaxaca,
Mexico. That's south, really close to DF.
So this is that's the real deal.
Mexico City.
That's no messing around with that, huh?
No, absolutely not. They handwrite the lot and the bottle numbers and all that. All these are numbered.
Nice.
By hand.
Now, does that have the worm in it? Do they do that anymore?
They do, but not this one.
Okay.
Yeah, they still got the worm.
Sometimes
you'll find it. It's usually the I forgot what they call it, but it's the gold one that has the worm in it.
Oh,
gold one usually has the worm.
Anejo, is that the gold one?
That's right. Yeah, you got it. Añejo.
Look at the white kid pulling one out of the thin air. What the heck?
Always got to one up the brown, don't you there, Drew? Nice.
Well, it's booze related. I got a leg up on a lot of people.
You got a leg up.
So how about you, Spike Daddy? You lay low, you passed out by 9. What'd you do?
Well, like I said, I started off early in the afternoon with the God, what did I call it now? Mimosa. I gotta look to see the name of it. I came up with a name. Give me a minute. It's not a mimosa. It was what? You remember? Screwmosa. Screwmosa, because it was kind of part screwdriver, part mimosa, in that I had the champagne and I had the orange juice, but it was a little too sweet, so I wanted a little kicker. So I did a little Totino's in there as well.
Nice.
And
so by noon you were trashed?
I kind of just kept a steady buzz. I didn't really get too hammered. I was good enough to get some chili made from Papa Spike's recipe, and good enough to get the tickets for the big hoo-ha in March for the band.
So it was like a work day.
No, not really. I didn't do much work.
No, I'm talking about the drinking.
Right. But I tell you what, Drew, whenever you get to Sacramento, because God damn it, you have to sometime.
Right.
Yes.
Taking the Diver Club. It is a very cool rock club. What's that?
I'm looking forward to it. So guess what I did at 1 o'clock in the morning this morning?
This morning?
Yep.
I don't know what you did this morning.
I stayed under all the covers because it was 28 degrees below zero at 1 in the morning.
Oh my God.
And consequently, when I went to fire the truck up and go to work, I discovered that when you don't start your truck up for a week and it's 0, you're not going to start your truck.
Is that wind chill?
Hours charging the battery.
Is that wind chill or is that just based?
No, that's for real temperature. It was colder than Moscow, the North Pole, the South Pole, and Mars at 1 in the morning.
I saw somebody post that where they posted the temperature of Alaska and the temperature in Omaha, and Omaha was colder by like 5 degrees.
Yeah, it's just insane.
That's insane in the membrane. Well, okay, that was a lot of pretty much boring New Year's Eve stuff.
We do know how to party around here.
We do. We're crazy. For those of you who are listening, may remember last year we did a little thing for the beginning of the year. We've got Lisa here to keep us on track. We're going to probably give her all the lists, and she'll keep abreast of it, so to speak. But we're going to do the 2018 Deadpool. For those of you who may not know what that is, the panel is all going to choose 10 people that we think, as much as we like them and respect them for what they do, may go to the other side this year.
Well, that was tiptoeing it through there. That was as polite as it gets.
That was pretty good, right?
It was pretty good. And I just got to say, we don't respect and love all of them. Okay.
Oh, did you put some that you don't on there?
At least one.
I think I got one too. So I think what I'd like to do is Mr. Vinny said that he may have to leave early. So let's lead off with Vinny. Vinny's going to give his list of 10.
Yes, sir. So I got 10 people. Love some, but like you said, there's times of time. And not in any particular order, I have these. 1, Stan Lee.
Oh, that's
Marvel Comics.
Good one. I did not have him on my list. That's a good one.
I love Stan Lee with all my heart. He looks like he's just as happy as Hugh Hefner was, or at least how he looked. And I think it's just the time.
It stands like 93. I just saw him on Guardians of the Galaxy last night.
I thought he was like 95.
Might be, but he's way the hell up there. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Next on my list, you don't really hear much from him these days, but I got Jack Nicholson.
Ooh, that's another good one.
That's right.
Jack Nicholson.
I think last I heard he was battling something, and as far as I know, he's still around. But who knows?
That's a good one. I think that's a good pick.
Next one, I was watching Trumbo. You guys seen Trumbo with Bryan Cranston? It's a recent one.
I know that.
It's a very good movie. Highly recommended. Trumbo.
Okay.
Trumbo. The reason why I picked this guy is because I didn't know he was still alive, and that's Kirk Douglas.
We have very interesting lists, Vinny. There might be some overlap.
See, I saw Kirk Douglas as a possible contender, but I think he's going to pull it out. He did not make my list this year.
I'd put some side cash on Kirk. You want to take him side action. All right, who's next on your list?
Next, I love her with all my heart. I think she's immortal, but we'll see. That's Betty White.
Oh yeah, good old Betty.
Good old Betty. I think Betty's a vampire, though. I don't think she.
That make a lot of sense.
She might have made a little deal with the devil, I think.
Yeah.
All my 30 some odd years of living, she looked the same.
And I'm guessing it's an oral deal. Just saying.
Oh, so bad.
Next on my list, I have Bob Barker.
Vinny, did you cheat and look over my shoulder?
No, maybe we have similar tastes.
We may have some. That's frightening when you say Bob Barker and taste in the same sentence.
Again, going back to oral. Just saying.
Will the dinner and sign in, please. 2 more. Okay.
And you decide who you think is on the wish list. number one, excuse me, not number one. Between these two, Diane Feinstein.
Oh wow, that's a good pull.
I wouldn't have thought.
I think she's got one left, and I think she's going to use it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do. And last on this list, Harvey Weinstein.
Ooh, interesting.
Like
Why
something
did you
tragic.
choose him?
Because somebody.
There's a lot of pressure. That's way too much pressure than I've ever seen anybody take.
Do you think? Are you thinking he's going to do himself, or somebody's going to do him?
I am genuinely split 50-50 on that.
Oh, that's an interesting wild card one right there.
Yeah, that's a good dark horse. I like that.
7. You only chose 8?
I did, yes.
Okay, that's fine.
On the rest, that's fine.
We'll go 8. That's fine. Good list. That's a good list. Lisa, how you doing? You there?
I am here.
All right, let's get you going.
All right. Now, I had respect for a lot of the people I put on my list as well. And I think musicians took it way too hard in the shorts last year. So I stayed away from musicians because we lost too many good ones.
Yeah.
Off my list with Burt Reynolds.
Big old Burt.
Burt's not had so many good years lately. And I second the motion with Trump because massive coronary over some Twitter beef,
Or,
right?
Right. I'll be honest with you, I didn't realize Burt was still kicking.
Yeah, he's not doing so good. I did a little research. He's been having some money troubles and some business troubles, and he's getting up there.
Old.
Right.
Yeah, he's getting way up there. And I could do low hanging fruit on some of this because I picked some really old people. The third one was Silvio Berlusconi, and
who the hell is that?
Italian politician and media mogul who's a real pig. And I just would he's my wish list, one of my wish list people.
Okay.
That's fair. I got you. Fair.
Wish list person. And that's just Justin Bieber because who doesn't?
Not the Biebs.
Oh,
nice. I left him off my list this year. I'm glad you picked him up.
He's back with Selena. It's about time for her to have, some heartbreaking thing happen again. The poor girl goes through everything.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
And then went political again with John McCain because sadly, dude's not doing so well.
That's low-hanging fruit. I'm ashamed of you, and I put him on my list as well.
Well, I want to win.
Right. There you go.
And then another low-hanging, Prince Philip in England.
I had him on my list last year, and he disappointed me.
Who?
Well, yeah. And then the love story of it is I put Queen Elizabeth because if he goes, she'll be right behind him.
That would not shock me.
Romeo and Juliet kind of thing. One then the other.
That absolutely would not shock me if they did a 1-2 punch.
So you did Prince Harry and Queen Elizabeth.
Right. Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip.
7, 8. That's 8. Do you have 2 more?
Oh, I have a lot more. Really, I didn't count well.
No, we're just doing 10 there, darling.
Bob Barker was on my list.
Oh.
So I'm going to keep Bob Barker.
Yeah, that's actually on my list too.
And wow, then I've got others to choose. And I even had an alternate.
You only have one more. One more slot.
Charlie Sheen?
Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen?
That might not be a bad pull, but really, I'm betting he would have been a more prime candidate 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, he's not doing so well healthy though.
Well,
Tiger Blood's not working.
So yeah, that's my list, and I'm sticking to it.
All right, that's good. That's good. Drew, Rochambeau for me or you next?
I'll run mine.
All right.
So first on my list, absolutely the most low-hanging fruit, John McCain, who is a fellow that I have alternatively liked and not liked based on how close he stays to his own morals. But John's number one on my list. Number two, Kirk Douglas. And let's be honest, Michael Douglas could kick this year. Who knows? But Kirk's about a billion old, so I figure he's a good choice.
What's your favorite movie from Michael Douglas?
Oh, that's got to be the one with in Seattle with was it Demi Moore? No, who was it?
That was Demi Moore. That
was Demi Moore. Okay, and I'm not
Disclosure.
Yes, that's one. God, that
was hot and naughty in that one.
No, naughty. Yes, sir. All right, number 3 on my list, and I'll be really honest with you. I had to do some research to even discover that Cloris Leachman was still alive, but she is. And I predict that she won't be next time we do this list.
Okay.
Next, Bob Barker. Much as the ASPCA would hate to see him go, I don't think Bob's going to make it.
I think Barker ran the table then, because I think we each have picked him.
Nice. Well, if that's not a shot in the head, I don't know what is. Dick Van Dyke is next on my list. Good I figured now that Jim Neighbors is gone, Dick's got nothing left to live for.
Nice.
Coming in next, Angela Lansbury, who I really also did not know was alive.
Oh, my gosh. Lansbury. I don't know why I'm writing these down, because we're going to put them on the Facebook.
We got computers now. Computers.
Yeah.
Yep. After Angela, Hugh Downs.
Hugh Downs?
Hugh Downs.
From ABC?
Yeah, that guy. Also a guy I wasn't entirely sure was still kicking, so I figure he's a pretty safe bet.
2 more.
3 more.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Really?
Dick Van Dyke, McLean, Douglas, Cloris Leachman, Bob Barker, Dick Van Dyke.
Twice.
Lansbury. Oh, I did do it twice. Sorry, my bad. That's me.
You got too much dick.
Too much dick again in my diet.
All right. So after Hugh, I was nearly born at this guy's concert at the LA Coliseum in 1963. Harry Belafonte. Belafonte.
Wasn't his daughter freaking hot as hell too?
Jerry, yeah. Oh, yeah. She's a hottie. Well, she probably isn't anymore, but she sure was.
Is she dead?
I don't know, but she's.
Then how can we say she was? Isn't she still?
I don't know. I haven't seen a picture of her lately.
All right.
Next on my list, Doris Day.
Is she alive?
Strangely enough, she is.
I think this is going to be a good year, you guys. I have a good feeling about some of these.
You are a morbid POS, but I love you.
Right.
Last on my list, Stan Lee.
Oh, Stan Lee makes another appearance.
Stan makes another appearance. That rounds out my 10.
Nice. Well, good, because I think I've only got 3 that somebody else had picked, and the rest of them are all new to the panel.
Nice.
Number 1, Bob Barker. I think we all picked that.
Yep.
Dick Van Dyke. Drew picked Dick Van Dyke because he likes Dick.
And there's not enough dick in your diet.
And he's a dyke at times, too.
At times, yes.
Lisa picked Burt Reynolds. I think that's a good pick. Last I saw him, yeah, he was looking a little bit rough. So those are my 3 that have already been mentioned. So in no particular order, I will tell you, first off, George Bush Sr.
Ooh.
Not a bad call.
He's in his 90s. He was still talking about groping chicks at one time, wasn't he, a few months ago?
Well, just butt grabbing. That's different.
I'm guessing someone's going to put a pillow over his head or something.
Either that or he'll jump out of another airplane and his head will pop off.
Right. Okay, so because I'm dramatic, I got to make sure I know which ones I said already. Dick Van Dyke, Burt Reynolds. Next on my list, Bob Newhart.
I thought about putting Bob on my list.
Bob's been making some appearances on Big Bang Theory, and I think everything else is just him waiting for the sweet lulling of death.
See, now you set me up, because when we talked about our last year's list, you gave me crap about having Bob on my list. And I thought, well, All right, I'll lay off a Bob. And then you snuck one in.
Next, I swear I can't wait to get everybody's reaction to these. The first one I'll give you, Larry King.
Ooh.
That dude's looked like a walking skeleton for 15 years, hasn't he?
And if Cloris Leachman made some oral deal with the devil, then I think Larry King may have been right behind her.
Next pick line.
My first wild card pick out of, I think, the 2 or 3 I have, I think we're going to lose the man, the myth, Mr. Sean Connery.
That could be possible.
What did she say?
I said, say it ain't so.
Oh, I thought she said something about sperm. I'm like, what's happening?
No.
It's the late show. That's what it was.
Late show.
Right.
Next on my list, I would like to tell you my name is Stephen Hawking.
Oh.
Dude, see, he's also immortal and probably full of formaldehyde. I don't think he can die.
I don't know. I don't know if you can get that jaw much more twisted around his head to the other side, man. It's
Spy.
You don't body shame up in here.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. I called you out on that, didn't I?
Yep. I've been
All
waiting
right.
a year and a half to get you back.
I'm gonna
after
make
my
sure-
Stephen Toes comment.
Let's take it just a quick second. Take a little sip of your beverage. I've got 2 that are going to knock you on your feet. Number 2, and I think this is, as much as you guys want Trump dead, I think he's going to make this happen. I think Kim Jong-un will be leaving us this year.
Interesting pick.
And if they listen, Spike said it.
You know they're listening.
I live in South Sioux City, Iowa.
Did you see the tweet Trump did today about Kim Jong?
Oh, no.
He says, hey, would somebody tell Kim Jong that my nuclear button's on my desk all the time, too, and it's bigger than his?
Oh, my gosh.
That'll give you the warm and fuzzies.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Twitter beef. I tell you, he's going to go.
This, I want to make sure everybody is prepared themselves for when this happens, because I was in a Zen moment when I was making my list. I was doing my research. I was closing my eyes. I was feeling the feels that I could feel. And as much as Lisa would like to say, we're not losing any musical prodigy this year, I've been given a vision, and my vision is we will be losing in 2018 Mr. Keith Richards.
See, that can't happen either.
Thought about it.
He's made the same deal with the devil.
Behind Cloris Leachman and behind Larry King.
Well, no, knowing Keith, I think he was probably sandwiched in the middle of those two.
Now there's a visual that you guys are going to have to get out of your head for a while.
You can thank me later.
Next time any of y'all are having relations, you're all of a goodness sudden remember this conversation of a 3-way with Cloris Leachman, Larry King, and Keith Richards. You're welcome.
Can I add to the list?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt. Okay, in light of what happened just like 120 seconds ago, I'd like to add Spike to the list.
Oh my God. Could you imagine if that came true? Oh, how bad would you guys freak the hell out if that happened?
Dude, I'll still do the show if you kick. Just because
Better.
we list.
Get these 2 and you do a show.
Well,
do a tribute show, and it's going to be like 6 hours long. Oh my God, that's a great wild pick right there.
He could be on stage and somebody could throw a beer bottle and it would get through the wire mesh, catch him right in the melon.
Gonna go home and punch your mother right in the mouth.
There you go. 2 different movies, but Burt Reynolds was in one of those, so
there you go.
All right, they're locked in stone at this point.
So if you're listening on the podcast, head on over to the Facebook page. We will have those put up as soon as we can get into Lisa.
Right, which we just did.
I didn't.
She heard every...
I didn't write a damn thing down.
Hold on a
That's
second.
what you are.
I have breaking news. Hang on a second. Hold on.
Gotta plug your breaking news cable in.
Mrs. Spike has just weighed in.
Okay.
Sean Connery, Gene Hackman, Queen Elizabeth, Prince Philip. Was she copying off of Lisa's paper? What is that?
Maybe.
James Earl Jones, William Shatner, Rita Moreno, Regis Philbin, Barbara Eden, and Miguel Gorbachev. Oh, my
That's
Lord.
a good list. We'll have to etch that one in stone on the webpage too. That's a good one.
That was a surprise guess there. My goodness.
My goodness.
My goodness.
All right, the stone will come back in a year and we'll find out who wins Supreme at the Deadpool 2018.
And at least we got Lisa here to keep us in line to at least, if somebody dies, we can check the list and make sure nobody took them or whatever.
Right. It took us like 3 weeks to find our list before the last show. Vinny, you gonna stick around a while or you got a jet?
Oh, I do got a jet.
All right.
Good
All
having
right,
you.
fellas. Thank you so much. I'll do one shot for you, the last one.
I'll do one with you.
There you go. Hey, Vinny's got a podcast coming out. We'll let you know when it's out.
Plus he's got
You gotta play the preview.
Plus he's got a thing on Amazon, the podcast kit.
The podcast hotline kit available on Amazon $19.99. Just go to Amazon.com and type in podcast hotline kit. Can't miss it.
There you go.
Nice.
All right, dog. We'll see you in a week.
Thank you guys so much.
Take care,
See you in
brother.
a week.
Night, Vinny.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
I have a thing
Okay.
to do, if you don't mind. I've been in such a good mood, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Get off my lawn! Spike and Drew! Get off my lawn! Spike and Drew!
So we were talking, a week or two ago about movies we wanted to see.
Okay.
And Ray says yesterday, hey, you want to go see a movie? I'm like, sure, let's go do that. Nothing else going on. So we went and saw Downsizing.
Oh, no.
You know what? It looked interesting as hell. I saw some previews. The previews look good. The movie, go ahead. Yes.
I like the show when it was called Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah, this is different.
All right.
Yeah. So everything's going great. Got my popcorn, got my Coke. We're sitting there. We're watching the movie. It's a pretty good movie. I go to maybe 2 movies a year. I'm just going to throw it out there. So to get me out to a movie is a rare occurrence anyway. But here we are. And it's not a bad movie until the last 90 seconds of the flick.
Now, are you going to do a spoiler alert or what are we doing?
Damn right I am.
All right. If you haven't seen the movie and you're going to see the movie, now is the opportune time for you to turn away. I'm not going to see this thing, so I want to know what it is. Lisa, how about you? All right.
So here we go. It's a decent movie. It took some twists and turns that I didn't see coming, and I was pretty impressed with that. And then it turned into a French film at the end because not a damn thing happened.
No.
Yeah.
Did it just end like blandly?
Yeah, it just ended.
Oh,
no. Well, and we're watching the credits, and there's like 6 people in the theater, and we're watching the credits because Ray and I are convinced something's going to happen. It's going to be like a Toy Story credits or something, and there's going to be more movie after the movie. Nope. So we get up, putting on our coats. I turn around. There's a guy and this girl sitting right behind us. He's like, dude, can you believe that crap? I'm like, no. We got cheated.
Oh, my gosh.
Absolutely no ending whatsoever. And I get it that great literature does that sometimes, but come on, this isn't great literature.
Right.
This is Downsizing. I want the pop shot, and I didn't get one.
Well, the pop shot comes in different movies, but that's all right.
Well, yeah, and you only watch them 5 minutes at a time, but damn it, I wanted my pop shot. Some ending.
You make it a whole 5 minutes? No, I'm teasing.
Sometimes, if I'm not, completely fucked.
I'm a connoisseur. I got to have a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
It's a slow build with a sharp drop off at the end. God, I was just so disappointed. And I guarantee you Ray Ray is more disappointed because it's all she can do to drag me out to a movie in the first place. And then
okay, so whose decision was it to see Downsizing?
Probably she knew I wanted to see it, so she says, "Hey, you want to go see Downsizing?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure."
What? Oh God, and I remember the answer to this. I keep on saying it. Why this over Star Wars? And your answer is, and I know the answer.
I haven't seen all the ones leading up to this, so I want to stay chronological.
And I can't even think of any other movie out right now.
They right now, the rest of the fam are at The Greatest Showman with Hugh Jackman about P.T. Barnum.
He's got a huge what?
Ackman.
There you go.
He's got a very big Ackman. I could care less about that one.
Lisa, how do you like your Ackmans?
Huge.
There you go.
Because it matters.
It matters.
It's always size. Matters.
Right. You have been paying attention.
Well played.
Well played. So, Spike Daddy, any movies that you're even remotely tempted to go see?
No, the only thing I would see, but now I won't because I've heard the reviews, is Star Wars.
Have you heard some bad ones on that one?
Yeah, I've heard some people say disappointments, but I've also seen in the Facebook feed how people said, they said that about Empire Strikes Back too at first, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, whatever.
You know, and the simple fact of the matter is, haters going to hate. I don't know whether I believe them or not. I'd be willing to see that one if I was caught up. Other than that, not real excited.
I will share with you a Netflix surprise, a little nugget that I saw yesterday, and I think it was new to Netflix beginning of the year yesterday. There's a show on there called Conspiracies, and the one that I saw was the conspiracy of the United States landing on the moon.
Interesting.
I don't know. I don't know if we did or not. I know that I think it's odd that we haven't recently, with the way our technology is, why we wouldn't go up there and do some sort of, I don't know, make a jail or something.
Because Lex Luthor would come and bust everybody out, and they would all be supervillains released on Gotham all at the same time.
Well, it's okay because Christopher Reeve can't help him because he's...
Me. Have you seen the thing about the guy? I think he's in Arizona that's doing a Kickstarter for his self-propelled backyard rocket to prove that the world is flat.
No. Where do you get these stories?
I read a lot of news.
That's just crazy.
I read a lot of news. Yeah, this dude. Well, and he got his Kickstarter funded, and he was supposed to go up like the 15th of December or something. And he's like, yeah, rockets are hard, so it's going to take me a little longer.
But if he makes the goal, he's not obligated to give the money back, right?
You know, I don't think so. I don't think, because it's not like he's providing a product other than the spectacle of his butt being blown through his head. So that's why they call it a spit filter. Yeah, I don't think he has to give back the cash. He could P.T. Barnum that stuff.
Oh no, that's terrible. Terrible.
We'll see. We shall see.
Okay. I don't think we prepared a game, did we?
I don't know. You had one about half baked last week. I don't know if you finished baking it or not.
I didn't. So
Okay.
I think we're going to wrap it up early. Coming up next week, hopefully we'll have some news as far as our syndication. I know about Motor Station and things are being migrated. There's back room thingies going on that we can't talk about yet until we get the final okay on that. But
speaking of which, we are now on iHeartRadio.
That's right.
Yes.
Why didn't we get invited to the iHeartRadio concert thingy?
You know, I don't know. And I thought, there are my fellow iHeartRadio celebrities.
I mean, Ryan Seacrest, he could give us a little love, right?
A little love would not hurt from Ryan.
A little oral love. I'd even take a little oral love from Ryan Seacrest.
Well, he's cute. He's cute. Yeah, we're on iHeartRadio. We're actually getting plays on iHeartRadio. We're actually getting more plays there than we are on Spotify, I think.
Really?
Yeah, and that's true.
That makes me sad because I like Spotify a lot.
Yeah, that's both of those have boosted us a pretty good bit. But I think we're getting more love off of iHeart. And like I say, it's through absolutely no fault of our own. We haven't done anything to get the listens, but they're there.
Hopefully, I don't know. I don't know how it works. People listen. We enjoy that.
Well, that trip we made to the Crossroads probably helped.
Yeah. All right. That is it. Next week, we'll also probably talk a little bit about the football because we're going into playoffs this weekend.
Yes. Yep.
I will get the quiz done for Drew. That'll be a good one.
Good deal. Something to look forward to.
Any other news that we can?
Any other news? Nothing I can think so. Carson Palmer quit football today, retired.
I didn't even know he was still playing, did I? He was with the Bengals, right?
No, he was with the Cardinals.
Oh.
Yeah. Mm.
Great stuff.
Well, yeah, except for he hasn't played since London in week 6 because he snapped his twig, but
there you go.
Yeah.
Lisa, any final thoughts?
Have a lovely evening, gentlemen. It's been a blast. I need another
Great
shot.
having you here. I think we might do this a little bit more often, maybe not every night, but I think it was fun having them on there to ping pong with, don't you?
Absolutely. I think it'd be safer if we did 805 after hours with these two, but yeah.
Define safer.
Definitely.
Well, the censors would be happier.
There you go. You ain't got to go home, but you can't stay here. Tip your bartenders, tip your waitresses, return your stewardesses to their upright position, party at 408 Burley, unless Matt Lauer is there, then probably better not. As always, make good choices, do good deeds. I'm Spike.
I'm Drew. We'll see you in a week. Take care, people.
805 Live with Spike and Drew is trademark copyright pending and not sober since 1979. For optimum performance and safety, please read these instructions carefully, which is funny because how can you read a podcast? Some names have been changed to protect the innocent and the guilty. Some portions of this have been edited for time and or content. Some of the trademarks mentioned in this episode appear for identification purposes only. Subject to change without notice. One size does not always fit all. Not recommended for children under 12. Slippery when wet, which is also an outstanding album by our good friend John Bon Jovi. Substantial penalty for re-withdrawal. Hooters, we really should be a sponsor. Do not play your headset at high volume. Do not puncture or incinerate. Do not change without notice. Do not stamp. Do not just stare at it. Eat it. By listening to this disclaimer, you absolve Spike, Andrew, their families, their friends, their associates, people they may have had a one-night stand with or incidental contact with of any and all wrongdoings past, present, future, for all perpetuity. This supersedes all previous disclaimers.